All right, so let's see where to start today. I'm going to start with this card. It's a card by Thich, Nhat, Hanh. He has a bunch of mindfulness cards. So this one's called Embrace Strong Emotions. Do not fight against pain. Do not fight against irritation or jealousy. Embrace them with great tenderness, as though you are embracing a little baby. Your anger is yourself, and you should not be violent toward it. The same thing goes for all your emotions. So I thought that was a good card actually for today. All right, so let's start here, taking deep inhales in through your nose and long, slow exhales out. On your exhales, releasing any tension, releasing any thoughts that don't serve you today. And I invite you to set an intention for your class today. An intention being something that is not necessarily a goal, but something you would like to strive toward, either during our class or in your life in general. An intention should be something positive and set in the present moment. We'll be returning to our intention as we go through our class. All right, so let's take 2 more rounds of breath here. And then making some small movements in your fingers and toes. Rolling around wrists and ankles. All right, and then whenever you're ready, rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. And then gently making your way up to seated. All right, so any comfortable seated position here. And let's start, with some organic movement in the body. So maybe it's making big circles, little circles. And just checking in with your body, notice any sensations that you feel. And then going in the opposite direction if you haven't already. Slowly making your way back to center. And then we'll find a seated cat-cow. So rounding your spine, tucking your chin, tucking your tailbone. And then moving in the opposite direction, shoulders roll back and down the spine, heart opens up towards the sky. And just moving here at your own pace. So going one more time in each direction. And then coming back to center. Let's bring the feet out about mat distance apart and then windshield wipering the knees from side to side. All right, so then allowing your knees to drop over towards the right side. All right, so we're gonna stack our legs, kind of depends on where they fell. You're gonna have both legs at kind of like 90-degree angles. So right foot will be up against the right or the left knee. Find your sit pose here, comfortable place to sit. You're gonna be folding over the right leg. So inhale to lengthen the spine, activating the right foot. Exhale, folding forward. So only go as far as you feel comfortable. Left hip may come up off the earth, that's okay. Two more rounds of breath. And then slowly walking your hands back up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the right hand and we're going to place it onto the earth to the right side. So out from the right hip, or maybe, sorry, further back behind you. Let me figure this one out. Out to the right side, going up onto the hands and coming up onto the knees. Left hand reaches up, maybe even back behind you. Slowly coming back down. And then we're going to windshield wiper our knees a couple more times. This time, allowing your knees to drop over towards the left side, setting them up again into like this pinwheel shape. You're gonna fold over the left side. So finding your sits bones here, finding the length in your spine, activate the left foot and slowly walk the hands forward. Gently walking your hands back up to center. Left hand comes out towards the left side. Come on up onto your knees. Right hand reaches up, maybe back. All right, hands come back down to the floor, hips to the floor. Windshield wiper the knees. A couple more times. All right, and then we're going to make our way into a kneeling pose. So from our kneeling pose, if you need to grab a hold of blocks to bring the earth up a little closer to you, you can. We're going to bring the left hand out towards the side. It could come to the earth if you're comfortable there. We're going to come up onto the knees, bring the right arm up towards the sky. Maybe even up and back behind you. So it's kind of like a camel pose, but we're using a little bit of support here. And then slowly lowering back down. We'll come over to the right side. Right hand is on a block or the earth. You can always bring the hand out towards the side a little bit and only come up as far as you feel comfortable. Maybe the right hand is on the block. Lift up, maybe reach back. Coming back down, we're going to do that one more time on each side. Right arm reaches up high. Coming back down and switching over to the other side. Hand comes back down, hips come back down. Let's make our way over into tabletop. Curling your toes under, sending your hips up and back, behind you, downward dog. So as much of a bend in your knees as you need. Maybe you pedal out your feet. Maybe you sway hips from side to side. All right, so from here, let's walk the feet up towards the hands, or making your way towards the front of the mat into a forward fold, allowing the upper body to dangle, releasing any tension you feel in your neck, in your shoulders. All right, bringing your hands towards your hips. On your inhale, lengthen your spine and then make your way up nice and slow with a flat back into a mountain pose. So feet are hip distance apart or 2 fist widths apart. Shoulders roll back and down the spine, crown of the head reaches high. On your inhale, arms reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, flat back, swan diving down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to shins or thighs, flat back. And exhale to fold. Let's take a big step back with the right foot. So your choice, knee can come down to the earth, your right knee, or you can keep it up. Squeeze the inner thighs as you rise, shoulders roll back and down the spine. If you want, find a bit of a back bend here. So slight tuck of the tailbone, and then allowing the heart to reach up towards the sky. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, let's bring the right hands to the earth underneath the right shoulder. Left hand reaches up towards the sky. Squeezing the inner thighs towards center. Left hand comes down to the earth. Let's step into a plank pose. And then we'll lower down, knees to the earth. Shift your weight forward, chest and chin follow. And find your back bend of choice. Tops of the feet push down to the earth, shoulders roll back and down the spine. Reverse push-up or tabletop. And downward dog. Allowing your feet to come up towards your hands or make your way into a forward fold, top of your mat. And on your next inhale, arms come out to the side, reverse swan dive up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands coming to heart center. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left foot takes a big step back. Knee can come down or stay up. Squeeze the inner thighs to rise. Again, if you wish, finding that back bend, so send the tailbone down towards the earth. Open the heart up towards the sky. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, left hand comes to the earth under the left shoulder. Right hand reaches up towards the sky. Squeezing the inner thighs towards center. And then we'll bring the right hand down towards the earth. Step back into a plank pose. Lower knees, chest, chin. Find your back bend of choice. All right, gently lower down towards the earth. We're gonna find our dolphin pose. So forearms come under or onto the floor, elbows underneath the shoulders. Actually, let's do it from tabletop. Sorry. We'll come to tabletop and then we'll do this. A little hard to go up that way. So forearms to the earth, elbows underneath the shoulders. Curling the toes under, sending the hips up and back behind you like you would in a downward dog. So you're gonna look down either between the arms or back towards the feet, as long as your head isn't on the floor. So our dolphin pose is our prep pose for forearm stand. So that's when we actually do look between the arms. Don't worry, we're not coming into forearm stand, but it's our preparation. So you can maybe shift your feet forward a little bit. Perhaps allowing one foot to come up towards the sky. Continue looking between the arms. Push the arms into the earth to push away from the earth so you're not collapsing. And then maybe switch over to the other side. Let's lower the feet down, walk the feet back, forearm plank. Drop the knees to the earth, drop the hips, Sphinx pose, pull the arms in towards your chest. Allow the heart to come through. All right, so either reverse push-up or tabletop. Downward dog. Making your way towards the front of your mat into a forward fold. On your next inhale, reverse swan dive up, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Perhaps taking a moment here to lower or close your eyes and reconnect to your intention for our practice today. All right, releasing your arms. That's the microphone, I can breathe heavy. You don't notice. All right, inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, swan diving down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. We're gonna take a big step back here with the right foot. So your choice, either high lunge or warrior one with the right foot on the earth for warrior one, toes pointing up towards the top right corner of the mat. Allow your arms to rise, check the front knee, make sure it's over the ankle, in line with the second or third toe. All right, let's do this. We're gonna shift the weight forward into the left foot, and we're gonna try and bring that right knee forward, right foot forward. We're gonna come into our fallen tree. So the right foot is going to extend behind you. You're gonna straighten the leg, toes point down towards the earth. So then options for arms, if it's comfortable for you, clasping your hands behind your low back, shoulders roll back and down the spine. Or maybe instead you try to grab a hold of opposite elbows. And if neither one of those work for you, maybe hands come to heart center. So our fallen tree, we try and keep a nice straight line from the crown of our head all the way to the right foot. And then we're gonna slowly start to tip forward. You're gonna go as far as you feel comfortable. Woo. Find your intention. And then slowly making your way back up into your mountain pose. Shake it out if you need to. All right, and then inhale, arms reach up towards the sky, extended mountain. Exhale, flat back, swan, diving down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, left foot takes a big step back. High lunge or warrior one. Softening the shoulders. All right, we're gonna shift our weight onto the right foot, left knee comes forward. Lowering the hands. Find your variation here with your arms. If your arms were behind your back, find the opposite clasp. Shoulders roll back and down the spine, send the left foot back. And then slowly start to hinge forward, tipping forward, fallen tree. Gently making your way back up to center, into your mountain pose. Shake it out if you need to. Mountain pose. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, swan diving down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Let's take a big step back, right foot. Warrior one or high lunge. Squeeze the inner thighs to rise. Softening the shoulders. Let's find a twist here. So arms come out towards the sides and turning towards the left side. Reach the arms nice and long. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, we're going to shift our weight forward onto the left foot. Once again, bring the right knee forward. Activating the right foot, we're going to come into dancer pose. So you're going to send that knee down towards the earth. If you can, grab a hold of the inner arch of the right foot. Right foot stays active. Knee points down towards the earth. Bring the left arm up towards the sky, shoulder softens back and down the spine. All right, and then slowly start to kick the right foot into the right hand. Woo, kicking it away. Maybe start to lift the back leg. Knee still points down towards the earth. One more round of breath here. And then we're going to release that back foot, come into your high lunge or warrior one. Hands come down towards the earth, step back into your plank pose. And then coming down, knees, chin, chest. Find your back bend of choice. Try not to lock out the elbows. Reverse push-up or tabletop. Downward dog. Allowing both feet to come up towards the hands, coming into a forward fold at the top of the mat. On your next inhale, reverse swan dive up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Taking a step back with the left foot. Warrior one or high lunge. Arms reach high. We'll find our twist here on this side. Arms come out towards the sides, turning towards the right side. Check that that front knee doesn't fall in. We want to over the ankle. Inhale, arms come back. Exhale, shift your weight into the right foot, left foot. Left knee comes forward. I cheated. Activating the left foot. Knee points down towards the earth. See if you can grab the inner arch of the left foot. Right arm reaches high. So same thing as before. Try starting to kick that foot into the backhand, lift the leg. Maybe you tip forward slightly. Find a place to focus on that isn't moving. Releasing the back foot, see if you can come back, high lunge or warrior one. Hands come down to the earth. Come back into your plank pose. And then lower down, knees, chest, chin, into your back bend of choice. All right, and then let's all come into tabletop and back into child's pose. Any variation that feels good for you here. And take a moment to connect with your intention once again, or maybe just connect to your breath. Taking deep inhales and long, slow exhales. All right, slowly making your way back into your tabletop pose. And then let's step the right foot forward here. So right foot comes between the hands. Knee is over the ankle in line with the second or third toe. So if it's in your body, maybe you pick up the left foot, bending the left knee. If not, just curling the toes under. Perhaps that right hand reaches up and back behind you towards the right foot. Maybe it finds it, maybe it doesn't. And if you feel like you need more space, feel free to walk the right foot over towards the right edge of the mat. Let's release the back foot. Hands come down to the earth, come into your tabletop pose and back into child's pose. Coming back into your tabletop pose. This time, left foot steps forward. Again, if you need to, walk the left foot out towards the left side. So maybe you just place the toes of the right foot on the earth, or maybe you bend the right knee. Left arm reaches up and back towards that back foot. Maybe it finds it, maybe it doesn't. Okay, we're going to release the back foot. Hands come to the inside of that left foot or to the earth. Come back into your tabletop. Back into child's pose. All right, walking your hands back, coming into kneeling. So we're going to come into hero pose. If you like to use a block or a couple of blocks for hero, you certainly can. So in our hero pose, be very careful with your knees. So take your time, don't go too far, listen to your body. So if you want to use 1 or 2 blocks underneath the hips, you certainly can. So we're on the knees here, and I always say whatever feels most comfortable for you in your knees. Maybe they're pointing forward, maybe they're out to the side. So I know with me, the way my hips work, I feel more comfortable knees out more. All right, so maybe you're going to sit up tall here. If it's in your body and you're going without a prop, hips come all the way down to the earth if you can, between the feet. My knees always get mad at me if I try that. So, all right, so we're going to bring the hands back behind us. And then you're going to go as far as you feel comfortable. So maybe you stay up here, or maybe you slowly start to come back onto the forearms. Or perhaps you come down all the way onto your back. Take your time, go nice and slow. If you need to come out really slow. Taking deep inhales, long, slow exhales. And just notice what's going on in your mind. Has your mind started to wander? If it has, come back to your breath. All right, if you're lying on your back, slowly coming up onto your forearms. Then coming up onto your hands. We're all slowly going to walk ourselves back to kneeling. Coming forward into a tabletop, remove the block if you have one. And then we're slowly going to come all the way down to the floor. All right. Let's find a shoulder pigeon here. So in our shoulder pigeon, we'll bring the right arm out long. So we want the arm to come out from the shoulder, coming out straight from the shoulder. You turn your head towards the right side, left ear comes to the earth if you can. Then you're slowly going to start to roll over onto that left side. Right side. I'm doing opposite. All right, so then maybe the left foot comes to the earth, in front of the knee, or maybe behind that bottom leg. So only go as far as you feel comfortable. And that left hand maybe reaches up and back behind you towards the low back. Softening the shoulders. Softening your hips. Slowly making your way back onto your front body. And then we're going to come out opposite side. Opposite arm comes out long if you can. If it has to come into cactus shape, certainly can do that instead. And then you're going to slowly start to roll over onto that opposite arm. Whatever variation feels good for you on this side. Slowly starting to make your way back onto your front body. Gently making your way into a tabletop pose. And then we're going to come back into our child's pose one last time. We'll come into a twist here, or a shoulder stretch from a child's pose. So you're going to come up just a little bit, just so you have enough space to be able to thread an arm underneath. So you're coming up onto your hands. We'll bring the right arm out towards the side and scoop the right arm under, allowing that shoulder to come down towards the earth. So left arm comes out long. One more round of breath. And then sliding that left hand in toward you to come out. Push into the left hand to come out. Find that kind of halfway into a child's pose. And then the left arm comes out towards the side. Scoop the left arm under. I am not doing the side. It's where I got my vaccine. Okay. And then coming down onto the earth. Onto your left forearm or left shoulder. Finding one more round of breath here. Sliding that right hand underneath the right shoulder to help you push into the right hand, release the left hand. You're gonna make your way down onto the earth, onto your back body. From here, one more pose. Let's come into a happy baby. Feet come up towards the sky. Activating the feet, knees come out towards the sides. Grabbing a hold of the backs of the thighs, maybe the lower leg or somewhere on the feet. Softening the shoulders. What feels right for you here? Maybe you stay in this happy baby, or maybe you play around with it a little bit. Rocking or extending one leg and then the other. And then once this feels complete for you, releasing your feet. And then coming into Shavasana or any final resting pose that feels good for you. Once you find your way there, taking deep inhales and long, slow exhales. Perhaps you return to your intention. Or just stay with the sensation of your breath. And again, the card for today was embrace strong emotions. Do not fight against pain. Do not fight against irritation or jealousy. Embrace them with great tenderness, as though you were embracing a little baby. Your anger is yourself, and you should not be violent toward it. The same goes for all of your emotions.
And gently bringing your awareness back. Perhaps making some small movements in fingers and toes. Maybe rolling around wrists and ankles. Making any moves that feels right for you and your body. And then whenever you're ready, rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. And gently making your way up to seated. And once you get there, lowering or closing your eyes. Taking deep inhales in through your nose and long, slow exhales out. Perhaps you reconnect to your intention, or maybe you set a new one going forward. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. That light is a place of peace, love, kindness, and compassion. When you are in that place in you and I'm in that place in me, there is no difference and no distance between us. Together we are the same. We are one. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful evening.